Hey yo, what's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to another Let's Talk episode number 6. We've been going 6 days strong, and I'd like to thank myself for that. Even though these episodes have all been really nothing but me talking nonsense. Anyway, so I wanted to start off today's video with because this was the latest thing that I was watching on YouTube. How rich are the Sidemen? Now, I put this into Google, right? And then they came back with some stupid, how rich are the Sidemen, blah blah blah. So they showed some jewelry, showed some cars, some, irrelevant things. But let's be honest here. We are pretty sure, statistically speaking, each of the Sidemen are earning nothing less than $100,000 a month, realistically, right? So, if they've been doing this since 2013, right, and $100,000 a month times by 12 times by 7, it would give you a good estimate of just the amount of money they earn from being in the Sidemen, or let's say half of their YouTube earnings over the past 7 years. So that's going to be about $1.2 million a year, and then you're gonna then you're gonna multiply that by 7. So the Sidemen should each have at least $8 million for all of their work at being with the Sidemen, and that's just with the Sidemen, right? That's not even, let's count in all the sponsors, all the extra stuff, all those types of things. I mean, we should be looking at that, or maybe not so much. Maybe let's say like $5 million, okay, each. Now, KSI is on another level, as we all know. That dude's probably worth like 20 million pounds, which is like $30 million, right? So all of these things that they're showing you, the Beerus chain and all of these cheap Lamborghinis and cheap Nissan GTRs and R8s, don't be fooled by all of that, because that couldn't be further from the true reality. That's like back pocket change for these people. So yeah, as it is alone, JJ's flat that he stays in, I'm pretty sure that flat in itself, if it's in central London, is probably worth like nothing less than £3 million, maybe £2.5 million. So exactly. Anyway, enough of that. We know they got money. All I'm saying is, just don't be fooled by whatever you see on the internet, and you think you see all these small little chains, flashy chains, and these cheap flashy cars, and get all fairy tale thinking and whatnot. Wealth is not about that. Those are cheap things for rich people. Let me tell you that rich people most of them don't even have time to buy things like that, because it's just a waste of their time. So yeah, anyway, let's move on to other news. So today was a Tuesday, yeah. I keep saying let's move on to other news like I'm talking on a news channel or something. Let's move on to something else, another topic, right? Since this is Let's Talk. I did tell you about the Trolls. The world's happiest movie. Oh wait, but I said it later on in yesterday's video, so I don't think anybody watched that. So let me just say it now. Yeah, I watched The Trolls, and it was the world's happiest movie ever made. Everything was so thought out. All of the music, the whole film was about music, right? Which I love. So, there was pop music, there was rock music, there was reggae, there was country, there was classic. There were all types of music, and everything was like censored, so no swear words, no nothing bad. They weren't rapping, even in a lot of the songs. They weren't rapping about drugs, or I don't think you can say that on YouTube, otherwise the algorithm like cuts you. But all of that bad stuff, they don't say all of that. They sing about happy things and positive things. So yeah, that was really cool. And then even all of the interactions with the people, it was so well thought out. Like, I went to sleep today, but my head was like aching, so I just put it on and listened to it while I went to sleep. And then I was just listening to the dialogue. Even like when Poppy got mad, she was like, "Oh, sugar," instead of saying the other word. It's so funny. Um, yeah, but other than that, we start off today watching YouTube. Oh, for some reason, I went on to Facebook today. You know, I looked up some people's profiles. It's like weird going to Facebook, especially white people's Facebook. The only thing white people post about is like holidays and stuff. And for some reason, all of the pictures that white people post, they're all smiling, like the world is like they're living in a fairy world. Like everybody's like, it's so irritating. Oh my god! And they'll literally post like they'll post 50 photos of them smiling, and we like, who the hell wants to see that? It's so boring to look at. Yeah, we know what you look like, and we know what you look like when you smile. Like, at least show us something something useful. If you just go onto Facebook or Instagram and see people smiling, surely you lose brain cells. I mean, honestly. And doesn't it get so boring? Oh my god, like just after C2, it's so boring. Yeah, anyway, that's white people in social media for you. And then they talk about all the first world problems, this, that, blah blah blah, and they post. Yeah, I'm talking about like white girls mainly, sometimes even with guys. But yeah, excuse me one moment, I need to drink some water. So I headed off onto Instagram, checked out DMO DJ's page. All of the DMAX teams, they were calling out race wars, DMO and Mist, and Wrench and Evolve, stuff like that. You can have drag racing. So all of that is exciting. If you don't know about that, if you're into it, I mean, you probably know about it. His YouTube's been booming, so probably everybody knows about it. And for some reason, like, I just started getting warped into the social media world. Like, all of it seems so fake, especially when you wake up the first thing in the morning and you just go onto it. It's like so fake. It's like you even click something stupid like opening the app. It gives you a weird sensation, like your brain just gets messed up, and you're like, the chemicals in your brain are just like off balance. I don't know, for some reason. And everything too is so methodical and thought out. And when people post, they don't post like their real stuff. It just messes with your brain. And a lot of them think because they post pictures of like their cars or something like that, that people actually like it, or people will actually think they are cool or something. But really, no. Like, why stop posting pictures of your cars? Like, cars are so boring these days. Even all the cars, they look the same too. All of the cars look the same. They all are the same performance. All of them even do the same thing. All the technology is the same. There's like no innovation. So that's why I think even all of the big boy car manufacturers like Mercedes and stuff like that, I think they're waiting back, because when they come out with something, they're gonna blow you away. They're gonna blow your mind. It's less about a vehicle, more about an experience. Everybody else imitates them. Everybody else imitates Mercedes, and yeah. Sorry about that again. So don't get too warped up in all of those car things. Yeah, it's really not that cool. Let's talk about another thing. Oh yeah, Adam LZ compound. Have you guys seen that thing? It's so big. Wow. Seriously, he was talking about the service costs of that place. I believe him. The man said that the square footage of just inside area is 65,000 square feet. Imagine, that's 6,500 square meters. If you think of it, the average home, 3-bedroom home size, excuse me, is like 250 square meters. Their interior space that they have is 6,500 square meters. That's like 30 times. Oh my gosh, that's a lot. And then, so they in the compound they have like a small lake. They even have houses, 3 houses. They have many factories and office spaces and storage spaces and all those. They have painting booth, sandblasting room, all that good stuff. They even have their own petrol station. That's great. Yeah. Anyway, you don't really think of things like that because it doesn't seem possible because we're not used to it. Nowadays, we all live in these houses. We live close communities on single roads and things like that. It's like so. What's the word I'm trying to? So I don't know. It's like it's such an old style thing, and then you just get smaller and smaller, and that's what the pandemic taught people. Like, really, what are you guys doing? When everybody had to stay at home, and then they got fed up of their neighbors and living in apartment buildings. Oh my lord, I feel sorry for those people to live in an apartment and be trapped inside there. It's just, and that's why we need to reimagine our housing situation. We can't all be living in freaking boxes. It's so stupid. It's like you live right in a natural environment, and then you build your own fake environment, and which in no way portrays the outside environment. Like, do you not think you're gonna go crazy? what in the world makes you think that that's all right? Let's be honest, what was going on in those heads of those architects and civil engineers? We need to call those people out. We can't have this going on. It's just nonsense. So that's why if I actually do become maybe like a civil engineer or architect, even if I don't, I'm definitely make sure if I'm still living by whatever age that is, and if I had the resources to, I would definitely change one or two things, because we need to also make it economically viable. So it needs to make sense that way. But yeah, that's the thing. Like, all these houses that we live in, you have to pay for water and lights and AC and all those things. Like, the service costs add up. So yeah, somehow, some way, we'll definitely reduce those things and our footprints. Yeah, so I was also, another thing I want to talk about was like the struggle with older people when you like try to explain things to them. They just like they have a totally different mindset to you, and then you're explaining something to them, and then they don't understand. They like miss your point completely. It's so funny. So it's an interesting observation, and you can't even do anything about that, because the more you try to explain, the more you get yourself dug into a hole. So it's harder to come out, and every single piece of information that you give them, they take it and they twist it and put it into their own agenda and use it in their own way. So you'd rather say less, you'd rather not say anything and make them guess, and in your mind you can reject it or accept it, then give them information and they can intertwine their agenda with yours, and then it's hard for you to discern your view from their view, or right from wrong, and they can easily fool you. So don't fall into that trap. Okay. I want to try to script something or just write stuff down that I want to talk about next time. But until then,